So we are starting this way, and I'm going to start by really drawing. We have equilateral triangle, as I have said in my notes in my first lecture. So this is the writing part. So I want you to come along with me. So as I said, equilateral triangle is a triangle that has all its sides equal. All sides are equal. So if all sides are equal, we take one unit as one side. So we have A, B, C. So your AB is 1, your AC is 1, and your BC is 1, where your BC is the base of the equilateral triangle. As I said, there's a dissector that comes all the way from A, which is the apex angle, down to BC, which is your base triangle of the equilateral triangle. The bisector, let's call it AD. Let's call it AD. So if that is AD, it means that BD will be half, because BC is 1 and DC is also half. Any bisector that comes from A divides the angle A into 2, which will be 30, the other one will be 30. And because it's an equilateral triangle, angle C is 60, angle B is also 60. So you can see that ABD and ADC are both congruent and similar to each other. Congruency and similarity is treated in maths, so we are not going to go there unless I'm running a maths lecture. So from there, we intend to derive our short formulae on trig. So we pick one triangle out of the two triangles. Let's pick ABD. So we have to draw ABD out. When you draw ABD, you have something like this. You have your half, and you have AD and B. So in that aspect, you have BD as half, AB as 1, but AD is unknown. So angle D is a right angle triangle, so AB is hypotenuse, BD is the base, and AD is the other side that is yet to be found. From Pythagoras theorem, you have AD unknown, but Pythagoras theorem says AB squared is equals to AD squared plus BD squared. We already know our AB as 1 squared, which is equals to AD squared, which is half squared, plus BD. AD is unknown, so AD squared plus half squared. Sorry, I made a mistake there. So that's plus half squared. So 1 squared will remain as 1, which is equals to AD squared, which is not known, plus 1 quarter. Half squared is 1 quarter. So you have AD squared is equals to 1 minus 1 over 4. So AD squared will give you 3 over 4. AD will give you the square root of 3 over 4, which will give you root 3 over 2. Now AD we slot root 3 over 2 in the triangle. Then we proceed. I'm bringing my right angle out again. Right angle triangle. We have known what AD is. AD is root 3 over 2, and AB is 1, BD is still half. And angle A is 30, while angle B is 60, angle D is 90. So the total the total sum of the angles give you 180. Now we are to know what sine theta is, cos theta without using our calculator, tan 30, sorry I said sine theta is supposed to be sine 30, cos 30, tan 30. Those are the values that we want to learn without using our calculator. Likewise, sine 60, cos 60, tan 30, tan 60. So from this, you already know that your sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, your SOHCAHTOA. Then tan is equals to opposite over adjacent. When you have that, if you go back to the triangle, so sine 30 sine 30 sine 30 will give you opposite, which is half, over hypotenuse, that is, opposite is BD over AB, which is half over 1. So your sine 30 is equals to half. So there is no need of cramming that. This is how it is derived. It is derived from dividing an equilateral triangle to form a right angle triangle. And you go with your SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine 30 is half. So cos 30 will be adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Your adjacent is AD. Your hypotenuse is still AB. So that is root 3 over 2, root 3 over 2 over 1. Which is equals to root 3 over 2. Then your tan 30 is equals to sine 30 over cos 30. That will surely give you half, which is sine 30 over root 3 over 2. That will give you half times 2 over root 3. So your tan 30 is equals to 1 over root 3. but it is better written as √3/3 when you rationalize. So let me go back. Now we now have our sin 30 as half. So anywhere you see sin 30, you quickly write half. That is needed in your additional math. You don't have to go into your calculator and start punching your figures out. So cos 30 is also √3/2, and your sin 30 is also half. So we have to get that known and that fact written out. So I'm going to make a square out of that for you to remember. Cos 30, sin 30, and tan 30. So your tan 30 is √3/3. So I'm going to pause here before I go to 10. So take a clip back on what we have learnt and try to do it on your own so that it can stick. There is no point in using your calculator when we have limited time. So you are faster if you know this, and you'll be able to apply it further down the line, because we are still going to a lot of trig ratios that we need a lot of solving a lot of problems and really breaking it down.